Hi everyone, my name is Twinkle and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to discuss and talk about the new updated interview process for Akasa Air. Yes, you heard it right. Akasa Air, the newest airline of India, has been hiring a lot of cabin crew because they are someone who is evidently growing and would lead the best of the best talents. So if you're someone who is eyeing to become a cabin crew with Akasa Air, then you must watch this video. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, then do consider subscribing, like and share this video. Before we get into this one, let's get started. So I'll quickly give you a run through of initially what used to happen. So the people who were hired back in 2022 around April, May, and also the ones who've been interviewing in the past few months have gone through a virtual interview on MS Teams, not once but two virtual interviews depending upon when they were interviewed. However, now there are no virtual rounds that are happening, which is quite easy for the ones who are going to be interviewing now post the pandemic. So let's take you from scratch. Currently, when you go on to the Akasa Air website, the link for which I'm going to leave in the description box, all you need to do is click on that link and you will see this page right now. So currently, they are recruiting for cabin crew, walk-in drive for freshers, in-flight services. So you need to click on this one. And if you go ahead, I'm really impressed by a lot of things that Akasa Air has been doing, whether it's moving their age criteria from 18 to 27, which is usually the age criteria for cabin crew hiring in India. They have moved it from 18 to 28, which is a great effort. Apart from the swanky yet very comfortable uniforms that they have, I have a lot of high hopes from this airline. So let's quickly go ahead. Akasa is empathetic, youthful personality, employee-friendly culture, customer service philosophy, and a tech-led approach will make them committed to a reality for all Indians. This is a remote position. A walk-in drive for in-flight services, fresher as well as experienced both. So you will see you should have a valid passport, PAN card and Aadhaar card. Minimum age is 18 to 28. So that is a very good thing. Usually the airlines in India have a age criteria from 18 to 27. So 27 is the max limit for freshers. However, they've done a really good job. They've increased and moved up the age limit from 1 year, which is until 28. So that is really good for aspirants. For experience, it's 35 years, minimum height 155 and 167.5 for females and males respectively. Weight should be in proportion. Even the BMI range, which is usually 18 to 22, has been moved up to 23. No visible tattoos and medically fit as per DGCA. And 12th pass. Must be fluent in English and Hindi. This is pretty much straightforward. What they have told you is they will be conducting a walk-in interview. Which means there is a little bit of registration that you need to do. You need to apply online and then you can go ahead and attend the walk-in interview. Walk-in interview dates are on the 23rd and 24th of January. Registration is 8 to 11 a.m. This is the time that you need to walk in. Between this time and the address is given. They've also asked you to carry 2 passport size photos, 1 hard copy of updated resume, photocopies of 10th and 12th mark sheet, Aadhaar, PAN and passport. Apart from that, you should be well groomed in Western formals, which means you are not supposed to wear sari. In case of ladies, it has to be Western uniforms, business formals. For gentlemen, it's a suit, tie suit. And for ladies, it's either a skirt suit or a blouse and skirt. And I also feel that trousers shouldn't be a problem because their uniform is such that you are allowed to wear trousers. So I believe you can also wear trousers. Also, if you see the number of positions that they have is 100. So they are currently looking to hire 100 to 120 people from Ahmedabad. That's about it. Let's move into the I'm interested. If you are eligible as per the criteria, just click on I'm interested. And all you need to do is upload your resume here and they should be in one of these formats. So let's quickly just upload a random resume of mine. So I'm going to just easily drag and drop my resume here. And then we're going to wait for a few seconds for it to obviously parse automatically. And the resume has been parsed successfully. And you will see that there's an autofill option and all the information that is required will be automatically filled in. Whatever information it could take from the resume, it will take it and just directly fill up. If there is any other information that you need to add in the skills section, if it has not been taken automatically, you can fill it manually. Otherwise, you see all the information has been filled, including languages. Every single thing has been filled. The summary automatically goes here. There's a section of social network. One advice that I want to give you out here is, if you are going to include any of the social networking handles, which I highly recommend that you don't, but if you do, make sure it is in formal context and updated, right? Then your photograph, obviously you have to fill it, and then that's all. You have to fill this captcha, which is the last step, like so. All right, and you have to click on this button, submit application, and it'll say success. Dear Twinkle, thank you for your interest in joining Akasa, and we request you to bear with us while we process your application. You click on OK, and that's all about it. You're done. Now let's move on to the rounds that you will have. So on the day of the interview, there are going to be 3 rounds. Number 1 is, as soon as you walk in, a document check, and BMI and weight is done. They check your scars. That little sweet little round is done. After that, you go ahead and do your GD. Now the GD and BMI round might be different. For example, you might have to go ahead and give your GD round first, and when you clear, you'll go for your BMI round. Or in some locations, you'll do your BMI round first and then go ahead with the GD round. Depends on locations, right? So whatever it is, mostly the first round that you're supposed to be ready for now is your GD round. So you will find the crowds are as much as 1,000 plus in your venues, and you are divided into a group of 10 to 15 people, and you're given a specific topic to discuss. Now the GT topics that are being famous and that are being usually asked are generic topics and related to the current affairs that are there. For example, something related to social media, boon or bane, something related to customer service, something related to work from home, if there are pros and cons about it, climate change, nuclear families. These have been some of the few GD topics that I have heard from the candidates. Apart from that, these are some topics that are in talks. So you should be prepared with, and you should be reading, having some sort of knowledge about the topics that are being discussed and just out and about in your newspapers. Once you're done with your GD, you will get to know about your rejection or selection then and there. If you're rejected, you will obviously be told on the spot. However, if you're selected, you will also be receiving an email or a call about your invitation, the day of your interview and the time of your interview, within 2 to 3 days. And it should look something like this. So what you see here is, you will be obviously sent in an email 2 to 3 days prior to your personal interview, which is your 3rd round. It's clearly written, and you have to revert to them, giving your confirmation that you will be available on that date, and that you have to travel, and all the travel arrangements are of your own. No money or nothing will be from their side. The venue will be given, and the time and date will be clearly written. That's how your interview invitation should look like. And once you get this email, at least 2 to 3 days prior, the 3rd round, which is pretty straightforward, is your personal interview with one of the recruiters. And the questions that are being very commonly asked are, first, your introduction, something about yourself. If you're an experienced personnel, then your experience. Tell me something about your work experience. Tell me about a time when you faced a difficult customer, or have you ever faced a difficult customer or irate customer? Why do you want to join Akasa Airlines, or why do you think this is the right opportunity for you? Some things that irritate you or something that can make you angry. Something about your family background. What are your hobbies? Questions related to activities or information that is written in your resume. And basically everything which is generic also. Their questions are usually a mix of 1 or 2 situational questions and mostly basic or generic questions. They want to check your fluency, they want to check your interest, and as a personality, if they like you, which as a whole and Fortunately, I just hope they do. You will be sent in a successful email within 10 to 12 days, or if it's otherwise, you will also be sent an unsuccessful email, which means you will be notified in either case, and you can expect to hear in another 2 weeks or so. And that's pretty much about it. Once you clear this round, you will be receiving an email where you have to complete a psychometric test as well as your medicals by the DGCA. So you will have instructions about calling 2 or 3 hospitals that are acknowledged by the airline. You will book your appointments, go through the medicals as well as your psychometric test. There's a huge test, so for about 600 questions, true or false questions, and you will be attempting this. Post this, you will have an interview with a psychologist, and they will be interviewing you, basically asking you questions about your family history, if there is any alcohol history, things about your family. They want to basically check the abuse history, if your mentality is fine, if your mindset is okay, you're mentally stable, have you been into a dysfunctional family, if you've had any scars, what are the reasons for it, and they will be matching your answers to your responses that are written in the form. All I would say is just be honest and don't try to be over smart, whether it's your interview or it's the form that you're going to be filling. Apart from that, there's another thing, police clearance, which is also pretty easy, that you can get from any of the local stations in about 200 to 500 rupees depending upon your location and your skill set. And once you're done with it, you have to get in touch with Akasa, and you might just get your training date, but you have to be patient. It may take from 1 month to 3 months depending upon the availability of the batch and whenever they're going to be starting one. And yeah, that's about it. I hope found this video helpful. If you have any questions, suggestions, comments, you know the drill, put it down in the comment section below and I'll be more than happy to help you with them. I will see you in my next video. Till then, take care and bye bye.